Let him cook! Let him cook now! Let him cook! I said let him cook!
I remember waking up in the morning some months ago and I questioned my purpose. I told myself that I didn't want to be like everyone else. I wanted to be different and make a change. From that day, I knew I had a new goal. But I knew achieving goals would need sacrifices because hundreds of people give up on their goals on a daily basis. This is because they realize that they are alone. Nobody's waking them. Nobody's pushing them when they start making excuses. I realized that this is me versus me. Something in me had switched up. I knew if I want to be the best, before I die, then I'll start moving different than everybody else. And that is thinking out of the box. I knew the prize would be late nights, exhausting days, and to be strong when I felt like giving up. But giving up was never an option. I started this journey for a reason, to reach out to others, to inspire others, to hear new viewpoints, and to learn. I also realized the reality that no one's gonna believe me until I've done something. I may tell others the plan, but action is what matters. I had to start pushing myself, defending the plan, and executing it. I knew nobody was coming to celebrate with me until I've done the work. I knew some people would misunderstand me. Some people would not like me and my work. By that, I knew I'd arrived to my new purpose. When others don't understand me or understand you no more, that's when you know something is different about you. That's when you know you are doing something new and something not everyone is willing to do. When I made the decision to be more, to do better, I knew I had to become different and have new beliefs. New beliefs that I'm capable and got the ability to master what I can do best. And that is changing my thoughts into reality. Choosing a different path meant I had to evolve, become better in ability and in character. Instead of waiting for an opportunity, I had to create one. Instead of aiming low and average, I had to aim high. And that scared me. But I knew that was good because I had decided to do something big. I told myself that I didn't want to go through life just surviving and just being mediocre. Because if I made in the image of God who created me, who created everything and who still creates everything, then that means I'm godlike and I can also create. I know we have limitation, but what does that mean? Does it mean I never try? Does it mean I give up? Does that mean I quit? Of course not. Not at all. It means we can all try being the best at what we can be, being better and being smarter. When others are just discouraged, I knew I had to take a chance, to make a difference, to inspire you to become mega successful. What's up guys, it's Alex and it's on the 27th of March and today we're going to shoot the reality podcast documentary. We're going to have a walkthrough into what we've went through so far, the challenges, the behind the scenes, everything, where we started and the people we've met, how we've evolved, how we've improved from everything. Get to know everything behind the scenes, the studio, everything. And you'll discover much today about us. Be sure to watch. Keep watching. Go watching right now. Peace. adults are so full of life, ideas and dreams, but are also facing critical problems in their lives. And these include depression, toxic relationships, drug abuse, prostitution.
Second round.
You
The issue of drug abuse has become increasingly in ransom.
Chirungu.
Hello.
It doesn't natural voice now.
What should I say? Dinangu, Melissa, na Alex. Nimapita alifamba mmedumu.
Welcome guys and welcome to the reality podcast, and today I'm being joined by Melissa Daba, a very outspoken person who will be joining us to talk on the pending issues. She will provide us on some insight on those burning issues. Melissa Daba, what do you have to say to us today?
Nothing much.
Nice. Usaiti zvedzungu kani Dande.
Kwa unasema muda sasa. Dande kuchora.
Simuka.
What is the music?
Simuka. Alright. Chichigaro, alright. Talita.
Where do you go? This one is bad.
Dali nonaka.
Welcome to the platform where we talk about the burning issues which are affecting the youth. As we started the project, I made a lot of mistakes, and with time, with the help of friends, I was able to improve on that because they were so patient and understanding with me. That's anything and everything in the with the truth. The involvement of Yanano into the project was a strategic move. It was meant to show the other girls out there that they can also be on the platform. It was meant to elevate the confidence of other girls out there. So Yanano played that role very good. We never actually had a studio. I looked for a place to record, but the owners either wanted money or just kept me waiting when time was just ticking. I didn't have any money. My friend Crispin later suggested I use their home space. The setup was simple, a chair and a table. Everyone put in all their effort. Nathaniel Chugumira, who was the cameraman for a short time, was helpful indeed.
Media. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and for more videos, don't forget to hit that notification button. Peace.
Today I'm being joined by Brandon Hambasi, Kid B General. Yeah. Kid B General. With time, my speaking skills improved and I was able to have meaningful conversations whilst recording. This is because when I was at home, I used to practice a lot, and this was very helpful because practice makes perfect. Now, the involvement of Vanessa into the project was that I still wanted to show the world or to any girl out there that girls are also allowed on the platform. There are so many misconceptions that boys are better at things, but Vanessa showed them wrong because he had better insights, helpful insights on some issues, and that was very good. And I also learned a lot from her, and this means that girls can actually provide more insights onto the show. Welcome back to the reality. This episode with the University of Zimbabwe President Tendai was very important because it showed that we had improved as a crew because everything was on spot, the lighting, the equipment that we're using was very good. And this episode also showed that the reality podcast is there to speak about real life issues which are affecting the youth. And for example, in this episode, we're discussing about the issues which are affecting the University of Zimbabwe students, and the president was able to address these issues. As I continued shooting the documentary, I went to the University of Zimbabwe to meet some students and hear what they think about the reality podcast. After all, feedback is very important. It helps us to improve as a team.
Mangase kumure Zimbabwe. Amana ka subscribe by the reality broadcast na Alex. This shit is getting real, man. Go I'm busy, boys.
Okay, so the reality podcast for me is something that is very educative. From topics like defying odds, chasing goals and dreams. Yeah, I've learned a lot, and especially when it's coming from people of my age, you know. So I'm actually glad that someone of my age is really educating us and giving us a source of inspiration. So I would say, yeah, it's a very good show. Keep on the good work.
Good afternoon, people. We're back again, and you're actually representing our boy Alex. We're talking about his increase on viewers. This guy rised from a few days or just a few hours from 100 viewers to 300 viewers. So just imagine where he's going. He's going at greater lengths, and also follow him. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Hello, viewers of the reality podcast with Alex. It's Face from Red Cup series, the brand. If you know it, you know it. I'm going to be asked a few questions, and I'm ready to respond to them. First question.
Okay, sir. What do you think about the reality podcast?
The reality podcast, if I'm going to give an honest opinion, it is high quality and everything is on point.
Okay, do you think it has potential to become big?
It's not a matter of what I think, what others would call is potential, but it's a matter of the direction it's already going in. And I see that it's going to become a big thing in the future.
Yeah, thank you for your time, sir.
You're welcome.
I think the reality podcast is a very good channel. Looking at the topics which are discussed on the channel, they are very educational. For example, the recent video which was posted, episode 10, that's my favorite episode, with our SRC president, Victor Tendai. They discussed a lot of topics. For instance, imare. They covered imare, fees hikes. Zvichokwadi imare inotizvimbisa, but I have realized that our president is actually putting the plan in motion. He's trying so hard to fix the problem. So I think the reality podcast is the way to go.
Oyo!
Hey, I'm Cheesy, and this is Shaman. We're talking about the podcast reality with Alex. I'm liking the work, and I really appreciate the work, like some topics that people need to hear. Some of the question and answer items, you need to ask people the questions. So if there's someone who has something to say, you can go straight to Alex, and then topics can be put in work. Thank you.
Right.
Hi guys, it's Rukudzo Mbiwa. So the student over UZETAP. I'm here to support the reality podcast with Alex. Guys are seeing which guys ukangosvika unosangana naro YouTube, TikTok riripo rakazara. Ukandawo like followers. Ukangoona mukana mongoonawo boys masina akatonyanya because recent video rutobuda apa pana president wedu president Ushai. Aiwa seen which guys chainguva mongotiwo mongofollowa mongolikeawo mongoonawo masini.
Hello, my name is Len Chioto, and I would like to talk about the reality podcast by Alex Dande. This project is a very good initiative as we get to learn from people of our same age, people from the same backgrounds or different backgrounds, at least, and different cultures, different experiences, as we have to understand how to navigate for our lives and how to, create a better future for all of us. As a growing baby, this podcast is going to help a lot of people come through and give each other solutions. We focus on a different topic every single day so that we get to build each other and we get to grow together. So hopefully people will subscribe and like the channel, and I hope one day we all get to appreciate this initiative, as we are trying to build a better future for everyone, even the people that are behind us and younger ones, and the elderly are going to give us great advices, and from that we can learn from our mistakes. Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Onyon Janji, and I've been watching the reality podcast. I like where it is going, I like its potential. It is teaching us a lot of things, and it is very informative. I would like it if you guys would like and subscribe and continue viewing it. Thank you.
Wagwan, Kid B General, live at UZ Campus. Alex podcast one, guys. Subscribe kune chino. This is the next big thing. It's actually the biggest thing right now, maisia. Share my links come now. And then also look for my music, maisia. Apana, one love.
Welcome back to UZ Campus, and we have got a very magnificent podcast which is being hosted by our boy Alex. Please, students, you must subscribe to this podcast. It is a very lit podcast here at the campus. I urge you all to come and see the podcast. It's your boy Zexman. Follow me on Instagram at Zexman_.
Okay, so I'm a huge fan of the reality podcast, but I feel like we should get more controversial and fun topics. I'm a huge anime fan, so I think if Alex could actually host one of those anime topics, and it could be very, very nice.
Now, meeting new people is very important at campus, as I recorded this documentary, because I discovered that some people are not aware of the podcast and the channel. So they were very curious to look it up on the internet, and when they found it, they were like, oh, we have to subscribe.
Afternoon, ma'am. Hi, how are you? Magambonzi one reality podcast made by West Alex. No, I'm certain. Yeah. Funny. Maybe I think it's because you're not that active for social media, and maybe the YouTube channel is not that popular.
Veni ntomurobvunzoti saka use it in the my expectations yekuti my reality podcast aya tikutaura kuti anoenda viral sei chii chinoita kuti zvende famous use it.
I think you should try looking for people very socially active for social media, like when my followers akawanda, and then if I use it, and then you might consider kuba interviewer, and then on my pages, so if I use it, and my followers akati one day, and then more ma senda naira.
Hi guys, my name is Natasha Chimanikire. I would like to encourage you to continue watching this show. It's a good show. We are learning a lot. Thank you.
Hello guys, my name is Prince, and you should keep watching the show and subscribe, and don't forget to like the videos. Thank you.
Okay, so basically this is my review for the reality podcast. These are my personal opinions and my personal thoughts. I personally feel that we are a community, and as a community we have grown. From the first video to the latest one, the picture quality has improved, the editing skills are now there, the size of the audience is increasing, and there is better, and there is bigger audience being approached now, and the guests themselves, they've been intriguing and interesting. He has moved and progressed in the guest being called. Speaking skills, his own speaking skills has increased from the first one. That's what I'm loving.
Sure. Yeah. Hi guys, what's up? I watched the video, the podcast between the president of the University of Zimbabwe Student Representative Council and the reality podcast crew. It was nice getting to know what the Student Representative Council and its president have for the students of the University of Zimbabwe. But I also figured out that we can actually do better in terms of how we ask the questions and how we plan to do other podcasts in the future. Because the podcast was more of getting to know the person but not the idea. So we can do better, but it's a nice thing, and I hope Kuti grow and be a better brand and continue doing wonderful things at the University of Zimbabwe. We have so many people whom we can interview, we have so many people whom we can get to know. We have sporting personalities, we have models, we have entrepreneurs. So we can chip into that market and see what we can do. And podcasting is big. You can do better things. And thanks for this one. Sure.
So it's a pleasure having you, the reality podcast crew. As the Minister of Sports and Entertainment at the University of Zimbabwe, I appreciate your work and you're doing a wonderful job. But as if that's not enough, I would love you to increase your coverage. We are hosting a lot of events like the sports fraternity. On Sunday with the tournament, but you didn't come to cover that. And as a way to grow your brand, you need to be always available for the students. You need to be always in the crowd so that people get to know you, so that you can get the subscriptions. And you need to increase, the controversial topics at the University of Zimbabwe. You all know them. The vision things, that's what the youths love, a lot of things. Some of them I wouldn't want to say them in public, but you all know. And also, you need to gain some rights. As SRC, we're advocating for everyone who is doing anything or something at the University of Zimbabwe to be uplifted, to market your product. We are ready, so just engage us, and we are ready to market your product. We are ready to market your things, even if you are selling stuff. And currently, we're working on a lot of programs which are there to empower our students. So thank you very much for your time.
To get to the point where we are now with the podcast, it has been very challenging. We had a lot of people who said no to our faces. So much time has been invested, so many sacrifices. We have people who have promised to help us, but they bailed on us. But either way, we never gave up. We kept going, we kept pushing, because we basically believe that God is in it. He gives us power to keep on pushing. I can't overlook the importance of friends in this whole thing. They've been very helpful, and some of them actually want to see this thing working out, and I'm very grateful because I can't do this alone. Now at this moment I was very tired and angry, but we had a project to finish. We had a documentary to finish either way. Okay guys, it's again Alex, and today we're witnessing a documentary regarding the reality podcast. We have started from way back. Before I even had this thing, I did not even know I could have this project running. But because of passion actually led us here, the vision, everything. Because basically I had to turn my ideas into reality. I started having this vision and actually worked and put it into motion so that it actually be reality. This is why the show is called the Reality Podcast, because I had to put my thoughts into action. Sometimes we have bright ideas in our mind, but we can relax and never pursue these goals. Maybe it's because you think you are not capable, or because maybe you think your idea is too small or irrelevant. But this podcast is a testimony to prove that you can actually do whatever you want. It can actually, it's there to motivate you. That's the thing. So with the idea of the reality podcast, many people do not understand what it is about. It is about strengthening the young people, strengthening their ideas, and I'm here to motivate you guys, because sometimes you'll be having a problem which you are not willing to talk about, but we're here as a platform to talk about these issues. You know, sometimes you'll be suffering silence, but we are there to take those issues to the limelight, because we are here to bring out those issues which are happening into the community. Someone out there is struggling with mental health, someone out there is struggling with the issues of depression. Some people are discussing what issues regarding drug abuse, regarding changes in cultures, because whilst we may want to ignore it or take it into the normal norms, the Western culture is actually diluting our traditional culture. And so we're experiencing changes in values, perspective, viewpoints. And that's what we're here to discuss these issues, because they're actually happening in reality, because things are changing out there. So our podcast aims to talk about those issues which are happening in our societies, in our communities, because if we can never speak about these issues, we can never know what is really happening in our communities. So, you know, with everything you can start, whatever project you can start, you should always expect challenges, because those challenges can actually propel you further. They can actually help you or give you insight on what you can improve on your skill or on your craft. So basically, the challenges which me and my crew have been experiencing behind the scenes, we're quite a number, because sometimes we would face the issues of lack of gear. Sometimes we would have challenges of meeting deadlines because of maybe data to upload videos on YouTube, or sometimes I would face challenges. For I myself, I edit the videos all alone, because I've been trying to improve on those skills so that I can never or always rely on someone, but I can do these things on my own, because we learn through experience. So I've been editing all these videos on my own, and I'm quite proud of myself, because these videos, they're improving after one the other. Also, I've been meeting the challenges of changing the mindset of people, because we're living into the age of mainstream. People are more interested in issues of comedy. We have TikToks, we have movies, we have things which offer instant gratification, and people are lagging behind in the topics of self-improvement. So it is a challenge to change the mindset of people who are always looking forward to comedy stuff or funny stuff. Those people which do not most of the time help them at the end of the day, because you can find a video on TikTok and it can make you laugh, but at the end of the day, if I ask you, what have you benefited? Yes, you might have benefited health-wise, but what about your inner self? What about something which can actually strengthen your mind or help you craft your skill or change your mindset towards a certain topic? So it takes a hard work to actually convince people in a community that we are offering something which can actually help you. And sometimes I actually met this one guy. He told me to change my content to make content which focuses on comedy, because those are the hot stuff in the streets. But I always feel that that's not me. That's not what I aim to do, because everyone got a different strength, everyone got different likes. And my podcast is not aimed at making, or what can I say, my funnies or my skits, because that's not the original vision. So it is very ideal for someone to remain original to their vision, because once you copy someone's work or once you follow the trends, it can never be you, but you always be a slave to trends, because when you follow your passion, whenever you meet challenges, you always be ready or be prepared to meet those challenges or to defy those challenges, because it's your passion. You want that thing. It came from you. It's an original idea. It came from the heart. Nobody told you to do that thing, but it came from the heart. Maybe it was a divine intervention, but whatever the reason it is, as long as it is coming from you originally, you can always overcome those challenges. Now, the problem with me not following other people's path is that when you meet a challenge, when you have copied someone's work, you always give up. Whenever you meet a challenge, you give up because it's not something which has come from the heart. You copied it from someone who actually put in the work to put on that grind. And I'm also proud to say that with the latest equipment that we have, it's not equipment of the state of the art, but it's equipment but with the latest that we have, we've actually managed to do a lot with that. We have actually released 13 videos as of now, being this one going to be the 14th video. We've actually worked hard with the latest that we have. So sometimes it's not about the quality of the gadgets that you have, but the content you are provided to the people. Has it benefited someone? Has it actually given value to someone? What have they felt after recording? Because that's what matters. Because most of the time, people won't care about the background, or they care about what you're giving to them. That's what matters most. So you should always start. The most important thing is to start with what we have. Nobody became big overnight. You don't want to be an overnight sensation, because you will not have the experience, you will not have met the actual necessary challenges you have to meet first before you blow up, because the process is what is important most. And I've met quite a lot of people who have actually motivated me. I have friends by my side, my family. Those people are actually important. And before I actually mention people who are outside, first I would like to thank my mother, who has been there from the start. She's been very supportive all along. With each video, she's been motivating me. You can do it, son, and so on. But she always said that she always prays for me, and that shows some kind of love she has for me and the project. And she's been very supportive on me doing this podcast. And also, I would like to thank my friends. They have been there for me. Whilst I edit these videos, they actually record the actual raw footage. They record these videos. They take their time. They sacrifice their time and their social time for me. And I actually appreciate that, because if I can't have these people by my side, then I would always be alone, and I will not actually have the joy of celebrating these things alone. I have to celebrate with them, because they are the people who have been there for me since day one. And I've met a number of people, the people who have been there, who have featured in the videos. There's the issue of the guests which I've featured. These people were actually crucial in these situations, because they've made the program be what it is today. They've been a brick on this podcast, because we grow by brick. And these people, I'd like to give out my shout outs to them. There's Yanano, there's Gibson, there's Arnold, there's KGB General. He's a rapper. He uses that title. These people were very crucial in this foundation of building the reality podcast, because actually we were in the phase 1 of the podcast, and they're actually looking forward to expand, because expansion actually gives us direction. We learn a lot of things from expanding. We learn a lot of things from inviting more people. And these people are actually crucial in helping me build this brand, because the reality podcast is to be a brand which is known for educating and giving out information to other people. And I'm looking forward to expand this brand, whether in sports or whether in entertainment and so on, as long it benefits the audience, and because I actually care about the audience very much. And the vision which I have for this podcast is very big. Because it's big, because sometimes I think about this vision and I actually tell myself to calm down, but then I tell myself that the reason why I'm telling myself to calm down is because the dream is big and it's actually relevant. If you are dreaming something and it doesn't make your heart race, then you are not dreaming enough. You have to reach higher. If you are dreaming here and you reach that dream, you have to actually dream higher, because reaching is what counts. So the vision which I have for the podcast is to expand. I'm taking the podcast into phase 2, where in phase 1, or we are entering into phase 2, where I'll be featuring more guests, about 4 to 5 guests per session, which is a very good thing, because once I do that, then we're going to have a broader perspective, viewpoints, and it will be more engaging, more than before. I hope to take the podcast further through your support, guys, through the Lord strengthening me, because God has been there since phase 1, because it's been giving me like unlimited strength. Because when I first had this idea, it kept ringing in my ear. She actually initiated the plan into motion, and I actually give all the glory to God for strengthening me. So by being here, guys, I actually welcome you into phase 2 of the reality podcast, and I thank you for subscribing. I'm seeing a rise of subscribers, I'm seeing a rise in views, and you people actually supporting me. And please continue being there for me. We can actually go further.
Hi guys, it's your boy Jetro Mpofu. Most of the people know me as Jay. I'm the one behind the scenes, the one shooting the videos. I'm sure most of you do notice that at the very start of the videos, it's written shot by Jetro Mpofu. This is the Jetro Mpofu. Talking about the journey we have had so far, it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. With Alex, dream came from far way back. He used to say it like, no man, I need to start this podcast. But then what limited us was the resources. Like he mentioned earlier, he said that we did make use of that limited resource that we have to create this content, and it hasn't been easy. That I can assure you, it hasn't been easy. Journey, we're still on the journey. It's never a soft surface or anything, but all I can say is we have had our highs and lows. You know, you would call me and say, tomorrow we're shooting, and you check your calendar, your schedule, you see, my schedule is packed, what can I do? I would even compromise. Sometimes it's funny, we wouldn't even have eaten anything. You know, you'll be like, guys, let's just push this, okay? So yeah, it hasn't been easy, but then up is the only way to go. So yeah, stay tuned for more and more creative visuals from the team. So yeah, Jetro Mpofu here, we out.
I know a lot of us out there question our abilities and purpose. We think that we can't do anything, but I'm here to tell you otherwise. Do not let anybody with small minds keep you from doing whatever you want. This documentary is a testimony that anything is achievable. The reality podcast is here to inspire you. We are here to let you speak out whatever issues you want. And I'm very grateful to the people who have been helpful from the start, the pioneers of the reality podcast, and all those who have featured on the reality podcast. And I'm also here to thank everybody who have been in support of the reality podcast, as I welcome you to the phase 2 of the reality podcast, because we need to expand, we need to go further. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to phase 2 of the reality podcast. And I'm your host, Alex Dande.